talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Welcome to the program, Inventing a Paycheck with Mary and Heather. I'm Mary Goulet.
And I'm Heather Ryder, and welcome to the show. Okay, here we go, lady. Are you ready?
I am ready. Okay, so we've been working together forever.
And a day.
And a day. Inventing a paycheck is something we've been talking about because we all have crazy ideas. We want to turn ideas into dollars, passions into profits. So this show is going to be dedicated to your crazy ideas, and we're going to encourage you that you can invent a paycheck.
And you can do it. We've done it in so many different ways, and sometimes they've been small paychecks. Sometimes they've been large paychecks. Sometimes those paychecks have not been worth all the work, and sometimes they've been worth every single sweat and tear.
And sometimes they're by accident.
And sometimes they're by accident.
You know, I always think of the Post-it note. Remember, that was created by accident.
I did not remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Did you tell me about the story about the Post-it note before?
I don't know. It's on the internet. Google knows about it.
I'm sure it is. I could Google that.
But I was telling you before we got in the air, I was like, you can just go through daily life and find a solution to something. And people do it all the time. And we look from the outside and say, wow, I wish I had that kind of insight or idea.
But everyone we know has a crazy idea at some time. Maybe it's not even crazy. Maybe it's just an idea that is sparked by finding a solution to something, or it's a passion, or you just it's in you, or it's a time of life that you're looking at. Mm-hmm. I know so many moms who are in the empty nesting phase of their life right now that are looking at each other and saying, well, now what? Maybe now is that time to explore that crazy idea and go for it. But it's all about execution. It's all about taking that first step.
And sometimes, you know, it can be out of necessity. Like, I need to figure out how to make more money. The side hustle.
Yes.
The side hustle is perfectly acceptable. When people, like my brother, has a day job, he's good at his job. He's always thought, I got to figure out another way to work my way out of the grind, the 40-hour, 50-hour grind. And he's a controller. He's a money guy. And it just dawned on him. I mean, it's right under our nose, people. It's not something outlandish. He goes, well, wait a minute. Why don't I teach people what I did for my own family, creating a wealth-building retirement plan? So I'm like...
So it's his side hustle.
That's his side hustle.
I have felt, because you and I are the co-founders of Momstown, which took a lot of time and energy, and we built that over years. I feel like everything in my life is a side hustle except for raising my kids, because we're stay-at-home moms and we worked from home. We built our company from home. We build other companies from home. We have other side hustles. But I feel like my whole life is full of all these different side hustles. And they're all weird, but they're all about inventing a paycheck. And I love talking to other people about their ideas. And this is what this whole show is about, is talking to you about inventing a paycheck for yourself and turning that idea, turning that spark, that inspiration, and helping them and helping you motivate. And when I say you, I'm talking to the person listening at the end of this right now, helping you get to that point where you just take that first little baby step and inventing a paycheck. Or maybe you already are taking baby steps. Maybe take a leap.
Yeah, I think there can be a lot of questions around doing it. So the other day at 9:30 at night, I get a phone call from a renter that the water heater's leaking. Like,
So we just jumped right into your VRBO business.
no, I'm going a different angle. Not yet.
Because somebody might be listening and going, what is she talking about? A rent?
Yeah. So I have a those 50-gallon water heaters, and it's leaking water all over my basement floor.
Bummer.
So I'm like, turn it off. Okay.
So smart.
That's a start. Then in the next,
oriented.
yep, let's turn it off. No hot showers between 9:30 and noon the next day. So after the plumber left, a new, beautiful, shiny water heater's installed, and somebody turned to me like, oh, man, that really is a bummer. I go, nope, just make more money.
Right.
Just make more money. Right away, I went into the thought process, okay, how can I make an extra $2,000? What can I do? And then you and I doing this show, pick a lane, people.
Right.
Pick a lane. Pick something that you want to do, because there is a tribe out there for you. I've seen so many people go on YouTube and just plug in a topic like knitting.
Pet fish. We were talking about somebody doing a pet fish store show.
Oh, my gosh. So we've been at WS Radio since 2002, 2003. There was a show back then called the Pet Fish Show. 2 guys, 2 Poindexters, just 2 guys. Hello, welcome to Pet Fish Show. And the caller would say, hey, my beta fish is kind of like lazy and not really doing. Change the pH in the water. And they made 100,000 downloads back then.
Because they had a tribe and they had a dedicated, passionate community of people who were engaged in raising pet fish. And I'm telling you, I know because I have kids that are into corals. My sons love corals in saltwater tanks. And
can't
so
make
I
that
get
up.
it.
You just, so
everyone has a different passion. Everyone has a different idea. Everyone has a different way of approaching it and getting started. But you're talking about picking a lane on the freeway. You have to get on the on-ramp.
yes. And
You got to start the car.
And okay, so here's what I've found for myself. If you have an idea that is unique to you, and it's close to you, it's personal to you, and you're like, well, who would ever want to listen to me talking about, I don't know, my little niche of crocheting doilies?
You'd be surprised.
You would be surprised.
Or who would ever buy my jewelry? Or who would ever buy donuts from me?
Exactly.
We're going to get into that little story.
But doesn't it can make you feel vulnerable? Like, I don't want to have people laugh at me.
You have to so get over that.
Yep.
You have to just I think you do get to a tipping point where you just say, I don't care. I'm going for it. I'm turning on my car. I'm putting the gas pedal down and I'm approaching the freeway. I'm approaching the on-ramp and I'm going to get on that freeway.
Stay in the slow lane for a while.
Or never get out of it.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to go on Facebook and tell the whole world. Get comfortable in your own lane. This is what I'm doing. I'm doing it quietly. I'm filing paperwork if I have to do that for permits or whatever it might be. Just do it slowly to gain some confidence in your approach. And then people will turn around and go, what? You're doing that? That's cool. Why didn't you let me know? That's what it turns into. So this show every week is going to be about inventing a paycheck to create a new entire career or a side hustle.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Doesn't matter if it's an extra $500 to $2,000 a month. Who can't use that?
Right?
And typically when someone invents a paycheck, it's something they really want to do until they can build it big enough to let go of what they have to do.
The other thing about inventing a paycheck is it's kind of addictive.
Oh, yeah, you become a serial person at it, you know.
A serial inventor of
Yes.
paycheckers.
Seriously.
Seriously, right? Because it's fun. And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, I did this with this. I can also do it with this. Or I can find another stream for the one idea. Like picking a lane in one idea can bring paychecks in from multitude of avenues, like we've done with the radio show and writing books. Well, that turns into writing articles, that turns into television shows, it turns
Speaking
into
engagements.
Yeah, and advertising. I mean, there's just so many different things, and that's just our little world with the media that we do.
Yeah, I think.
And then you decided to start renting out your rooms, and then you decided to go into real estate.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do those different things, but those are different ways of inventing a paycheck that help fill your soul.
And what's so funny about inventing a paycheck, like Rusty Nail's a good friend of ours. He's hilarious. He's a professional comedian and speaker, and he's so quick, so funny. Just like, where do you get these ideas? And I asked him, how can you be so fast and funny? He goes, I see funny. Well, when you're listening to Inventing a Paycheck with Mary and Heather, you're going to start seeing opportunity.
Oh, I just was going to say the same thing. We see opportunity. When you have an entrepreneurial mind and spirit and soul, you see opportunity.
It's right around the corner. So we're going to inspire you every week with stories of people inventing a paycheck and how much fun it is.
And how you can do the same.
All right, we'll be right back with Inventing a Paycheck with Mary and Heather.
In the military, things can change in an instant. At Navy Mutual Aid Association, we understand because it's our life too. That's why our dedication to serving the life insurance needs of our military veterans and their families is unrivaled. Navy Mutual offers superior life insurance protection without military service restrictions and limitations. A single focus on providing the peace of mind military families are looking for. That's what we do. Navy Mutual, insuring those who serve. Call 800-628-6011 or go to NavyMutual.org.
Tired of presentations with no impact, no inspiration, and no traction? Do dull speakers have you and your team disengaged and distracted by smartphones? Christopher McAuliffe brings energy, insights, and 2 decades of experience, delivered with punch, humor, and heart. Your team will leave energized, uplifted, and with a sense of purpose. Visit ChristopherMcAuliffe.com to bring some heat to your next speaking engagement. McAuliffe. ChristopherMcAuliffe.com.
On the internet, your business's reputation can be unjustly destroyed in an instant. Don't wait for that to happen. Building and marketing your 5-star reputation can increase your business by as much as 19%. Take control of your reputation and have the 5-star reputation you deserve with Reputation Marketing Solutions by DSI Development. Become the go-to company by visiting 5starrepmarketing.com. The number 5starrepmarketing.com.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.
Take a break from politics. Tune in and learn something. WS Radio shows are worth your time and are filled with tips and advice. Add us to your lunch routine, and we'll give you a meal for your mind.
I've been bragging about Progressive Medical Center to you guys for years, and I'm so excited to have Dr. Agoli with us because, Dr. Agoli, a lot of people walk through your doors, and some of their biggest problems are they're just fatigued, they're tired all the time, and even though they're dieting and exercising, they cannot get the weight off. Why is that?
It's a combination of poor metabolism, inappropriate eating, but more importantly, it's due to a lack of education and really doing the right testing. A lot of our patients are metabolically compromised. What does that mean? Their metabolism is not functioning. The metabolism is responsible for all physical and chemical processes processes necessary to sustain life, and that includes energy. And without cellular energy, your body is not going to be a burning machine. Let's get back and teach our listeners to be a fat-burning machine.
It's been a lot easier to maintain my weight since Progressive Medical Center started treating me with all-natural supplements, learning proper nutrition, and that can be you today. No more frustrations about being tired or overweight. So why don't you get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today through progressivemedicalcenter.com.
This is your life, live it well.